Bust of Destiny imports and exclusives are all here. Don't be like the 36.5% of you not smash out of the crap out of that scrap and smash it so we can get to 100k. 000 Heritage of the Light. If a monster is ritual fusion, synchroed, or exceed summoned, while a monster with the same type of card, ritual fusion, exceed, or synchro, is on the field, you can draw a card. You can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. Interesting common, really all things considered here. Then we have Night Sword Serpent. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect of Night Sword Serpent once per turn. That's a 500-600 body that gets the ability to come back out. Not a super big fan of this card, but I mean, that's what you're going to get with a majority of these exclusives this set in terms of importality. Like, not very good. Next up is the the DD Assault Carrier. Same DD as DD Warrior Lady for classification. So this thing cannot declare an attack unless you banish one card from your graveyard. If exactly 3 of your cards are banished, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use this effect of DD Assault Carrier once per turn. I actually kind of like this card. It's effectively just a free special summon body on a 2500, which isn't terrible, actually. I could see, like, cool little potential behind this card, but if it's exactly 3 cards being banished versus 3 cards being, you know, banished throughout the course of your turn, then it's bad. But all right, Konami, you're trying here. Next up is Abyss Keeper. 2 water monsters. Water got a generic monster for links that are good. Okay. Cannot be used as link material. The turn it is link summon. Uh-oh. If this card is link summon, you special summon 1 fish monster from your hand to your zone this card points to. You can target 1 other fish monster you control, and 1 card your opponent controls. Banish those cards. Now, the water toolbox likes cool power-ups like this, but I kind of feel like this falls short a little bit for what we really want. I guess having it be a free fish extender is fine, especially since we have all further down the line here, you know, all the new water support upgrades. So I think they were trying a little bit here to make this a little bit better, but I don't know. I feel like this just kind of falls short once again. Apex, what is it? Predation? If you control a normal monster, destroy all special monsters on the field until the end of your next turn after this card is activated. You cannot normal summon or set. Holy crap. That feels pretty good, actually. You guys ever just want a basic destruction functionality? As long as you control a normal summon monster, you get a free, like, blow up of everything? Huh. There could be potential behind this card, actually. This one feels a little bit better than some of the other stuff that we've had so far. Next up here is the Bee Trooper Assault Roller. Now, I got the chance to talk about this the other day, but you can special summon this card from your hand by banishing 1 insect monster from your graveyard. You can only special summon 1 Assault Roller once per turn this way. You gain 200 attack for each other insect monster you control, except this card. And when this card is destroyed by battle, you can add 1 Bee Trooper monster from your deck to your hand, except for Assault Roller. We're talking about this effectively replaces Exectipede in the current strategy, which I do think going forward here, this isn't a bad card. Bee Troopers definitely got some pretty good support in the long run, all things considered, at least in this batch. 86, Light Flapper. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target 2 of your Bee Trooper monsters with different names that are banished and or in your graveyard, and add them to your hand. Okay, that's a lot of recurability there. But for the rest of this turn, you cannot activate their effects or the effects of cards with that same name. When your opponent's monster declares an attack, you can return this card to your hand. If you do, negate that attack. So they really are emphasizing recurability with Bee Trooper theme right now. And I don't think that's a bad thing, all things considered here. Good job, Konami. I like what you're trying to do in terms of improvements for Bee Troopers here, but recurability, okay. And then we got the Heavy Bee Trooper Mighty Neptune. We also had this one spoiled the other day, but it's cannot be normal summon set, must be first special summoned from your hand by shuffling 3 of your banished insect monsters into the main deck. Yeah, they were mean to us. They didn't want to give us recurability back to the extra deck. And during the main phase, alright, so if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by battle or by an opponent's card effect, it's special summon this card. You can only use this effect of Neptune once per turn, and then once per turn during the end phase, you target 1 other insect monster. It gains 1,000 attack. Look, it's an extender. All right, I'm not going to dog on it too much. Now for the hilarity. The ultra absolute 4,000 insect monster. By the way, this evidently requires 4 insect monsters to make this. Must be... Oh, and when this card is used, it is unaffected by other card effects until the end of your next turn. At the start of the battle phase, you target 1 insect monster with 3,000 or less attack in your graveyard and special summon it. You can only use this effect of Ultra B Trooper Absolute Hercules once per turn. Congratulations! I joked when we said we were going to make a card for, most fusion targets these days end up being cards against the archetype. They did it! They made the B Trooper fusion counteract their own strategy as a generic super poly target. But I guess if insect players are putting that many monsters on the field, they're just destined to lose as it is. Next up is 89, which was the B Trooper Descent. This is the spell card that special summons the token, and then if you have a monster with a 3,000 or more attack stipulation, you basically get to pop a spell trap card, which was pretty good, all things considered. And then we got the B Trooper Landing. So you can fusion summon 1 insect fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material. If this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can basically shuffle, or basically get to add this back to your hand. I'm not a super big fan of this fusion card, but okay. Konami knows what they're doing, I suppose. 91, B Trooper Squad. Tribute 1 non-token insect monster, special summon up to 1 B Trooper token for every 1,000 original attack of the tributed monster. I mean, you can tribute Mr. Big Guy and summon 3 insect tokens, I guess. That quite doesn't feel good, TBH, but okay. Next up was 92, Flip Frozen. If this card is sent to the graveyard, change all attack position monster your opponent controls to defense position. What garbage this card is. Okay, a lot of these imports are pretty bad. Brave Drive. Once per turn, when your monster or Cyber's monster declares an attack, you can discard 1 monster. You attack a monster, you get 600 attack until the end of this turn. What in the world is this? Okay, next up is Rebuild Deer. If this card destroys a monster by battle, you target 1 Cyber's monster with 1,500 or less stack in your graveyard and special summon it. This could have been a lot better in a different era, actually. But okay, sure. 95, Threshold Borg. If you control no monsters, special summon this card from your hand by discarding 1 Cyber's monster. All monsters the opponent controls lose 500 attack. Technically, it is basically just a discard, put a level 7 on the field, so you could basically tutor out and climb with. That doesn't feel too bad. Next up is Cyanet Crosswipe. Tribute 1 Cyber's monster, target 1 card on the field, and destroy it. What in the -1 Batman shenanigans is this? Next up here is Danger, Disturbance, and Disorder. So when your danger monster is destroyed by battle with an opponent's monster, you can destroy that opponent's monster, and you can banish 3 danger spell and trap cards with different names from your graveyard, destroy all other cards on the field. Also, you can not special monsters the rest of this turn except for danger monsters. Nope. Next up is Bayonet Punisher. Apply these effects in sequence depending on what type of Boral monster you control in your graveyard. If you control a monster with 3,000 or more attack, your opponent can activate cards' effects in response. So fusion, banish 1 monster your opponent controls. Synchro, banish, 3 random face-down cards from your opponent's extra deck face up. And then banish 1 spell trap card for an Exceed monster. And then Link, you can banish 3 cards from your opponent's graveyard. That feels not good. 99 was Cyanet Cascade. If you Link summon a Link monster, you can target 1 monster in your graveyard used as material and special summon it. That doesn't feel good either. So those are the exclusives. Things of honest interest to note here that caught my eye. Stained Glass is a super rare. This card absolutely looks beautiful. I'm glad they didn't do this card dirty and make it anything less than this, because I'm actually super excited about this. Cupid Pitch was a frickin' common. Oh, baby. I'll take that. Also, honorable note here that the ultimate flagship storetron was a super as well, considering the OCG. And many of us were wondering what the heck Brandon and Red was going to be. Brandon and Red ended up being a super rare in this set. So, that is everything that we have so far for exclusives and imports. What a ride this set is. So, by the way, guys, no Boral End and no copy of Heat Soul. What a joke. Alright, guys. Make sure you smash all the crap out of subscribe so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on the day with some more cool awesome content. Peace out, guys. Have a good Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out Vanquill40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by Vanquill40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mclgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.